It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup
between the Washington Commanders
and the Philadelphia Eagles. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Now they go play action with Howell.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive.
Check contact, check contact.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Check pass, check pass.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to put one over his head as this game progresses.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They'll run with Sanders, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Once again with Sanders. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Slings this deep from McLaurin, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Howell. He's got a man, complete. The 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 78 yards. Howell. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The line, this Philly offense set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll run with Gibson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Sam Howell. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
we go.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, smash. 79 Broncos.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
19, Pioneer. Check smash, check smash. Come 19, come 19. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's go. Check contact, check contact. Seventy Ranger. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
Airing it out deep for Smith.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy at half number 2.
Howell's throw complete there to Thomas.
Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender, because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Faking the handoff, Howell.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
These 2 teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Howell, another throw on 2nd down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 14-yard line.
They'll start with a handoff to Sanders.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A big pickup there for the Eagles, first down, 18 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling with it.
Another run with Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The Eagles at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
Second down, back to Sanders. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Throwing is Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. Working with a 2nd and 4. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Hey, smash, Broncos! Smash, smash! Ready,
Running right, here's Sanders. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Buffalo 18! Mustang 19!
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Flushed out right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open, he just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they get to him with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Now on 2nd and 13, Hurts. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if your defense doesn't bail them out.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Powell. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arm's got plenty of life to it, and that was a thing of beauty there. They'll run with Sanders, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. He'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
9-yard loss on the play. 18 trap 60. Warriors 17. Panther 11. Buffalo 18.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 17-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
They'll go play action. Howell. Thomas brings it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him 30 yards there. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. On the draw, it's Gibson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Off play action. It's Howell. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Fourth down, Howell. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 79 yards on the ground now for Sanders. He's got a first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got some space here. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Hurts will throw. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times?
He's got a man complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's got it down to the 28.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Powell throwing on 3rd down here.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When those extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
So here we go, 4th down, Howell.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
There he goes, left side. 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have to try and move past that pick-6 because now they're dealing with a 4th-quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Fourth down, Howell, desperation time.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So on fourth down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
Here's Howell. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A give up the middle to Gibson. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
In motion left, the tight end. They'll try to run with Gibson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
Well, that is the definition, Charles, of delivering under pressure. The game-winning potential. There's still a little time left on the clock, but the potential game-winning drive, and it was well executed.
I think we're going to remember this possession for a long time. We've called a bunch of games, but how about how they got it done down the stretch? Absolutely terrific. Barring some type of miraculous play in this last half minute, I think that touchdown just earned them the win. They really came up clutch when they needed it.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Cameron Curl, and the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
2nd and 10, Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? That these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.
I think you start really young now. These quarterback coaches, they play against a better competition. They go to camps across the country. Then they play big-time games in college. So when they get to the NFL, it's not quite the same, how would you say it, pressure that they felt in years past. And these kids just go out and perform.
And